You've worked hard to earn and save. Now it's time to make your money work hard for you. This is Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida of A Better Way Financial.
And I'm Heather Branch here with Frank and Frankie Guida talking about ways to help you better prepare for your financial future. ABetterWayFinancial.com is where to start the conversation about your retirement savings plan. We also have links posted in the show notes, or again, find us anytime at ABetterWayFinancial.com. While we're all doing our best to survive the winter days, I was actually talking to my husband this past week, and I was saying to him, it's only about a month and a half until we spring forward and we at least get some sunshine back in the day.
I'm all for that.
I know, right?
You know, it doesn't get dark at 5.
Right?
Let's do it now. Let's do it now.
I think that's the big kick for me in the winter. I can tolerate the cold. If I have sunshine, I can deal with it. It's the darkness and the cold that makes me feel like, oh.
It's a double whammy.
And I know, the whole idea of longer days and the warmer weather with the farming and all that stuff. But I'm just like, it should be reversed. We should have the longer days in the winter, please.
Can we just opt for longer days all year?
All year?
Yeah.
Let's not go down that. That's a whole nother radio program. The whole conversation about why we still celebrate and or participate in daylight savings time. I guess nobody celebrates it really. Anyways, let's continue this conversation about government and setups and systems, because another question mark for so many people, guys, is Social Security. And more, the conversation about looming threats of the Social Security system and how much Social Security will we be able to get in the years and decades to come. Every year, the age when retirees can begin to claim Social Security benefits without penalty has been getting higher. It's what's called the full retirement age, your FRA. Last year, that was 66 years and 8 months for people born in 1958. 2025, it's 66 years and 10 months for those born in 1959. Next year, the new FRA will be 67 years flat for those born in 1960. Couple of things here. One, just the rules alone, it's confusing. It's like, what, where am I with this? Two, it's the wait's getting longer and longer. For you guys, the question, can you just, explain how claiming benefits earlier than our FRA, our full retirement age, could shortchange our monthly paycheck? And does doing something like waiting even just a few months make a difference for somebody?
Yeah, here's the thing, Heather. Not everybody realizes it, but it's not just the age. It's every month. Every month that you take it earlier than that full retirement age, you're going to get less. Mm-hmm. And it could be, each month is somewhere between 0.4% and 0.6%. Okay. So it's a little bit less each month that you take it earlier. So just waiting one more month or 2 more months, it's more. And that more equates to more for the rest of your life, as long as those income payments are coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, so just those 2 months, that could be close to a 1% increase as far as that payment goes. So if you don't need the income, by all means, let's look into seeing if it makes sense to defer it. And it really is a difficult thing to determine, when should I take my Social Security? When does it make sense to?
I've actually, on social media, I follow, different financial accounts and things like that. And I've seen a lot of people talk about, they're like, don't wait. Take Social Security as soon as you can, because there are some people that will advise you to wait, saying, well, if you wait, then you get a bigger check. However, you might be shortchanging yourself, because what if you don't live to this? It's a toss-up, guys. How do we know what our best strategy is?
Well, and then, Heather, to make it even more confusing, on the Social Security website, they say, well, if there's no changes by 2035, we could be reducing your Social Security.
Right.
So let's make it an even more challenging
and
decision for you.
Right.
And more stressful, saying, it might not be here in its full capacity in just a few years here. So it's not something that's an easy thing to figure out. When should you turn on your Social Security? There's really a whole lot that goes into it, because it's not just its own thing. It's not just, we turn on Social Security, we get the most from it, and that's that. It's, how do I make it factor into my financial plan? How do I make sure that I'm able to get the income that I need? Because ultimately, this is part of that income plan that you need. You need to figure out, well, how am I going to take my Social Security to get the income that I need?
Right.
How am I going to leverage my investments to be able to provide the rest of the income that I need? How am I going to turn on my pension if I have one of those, so that I'm able to get the income that I need over my retirement years? And Social Security is just a piece of that puzzle. It's not the full thing. It's, hopefully we have some investments saved, and that Social Security is just a part of it.
Right.
Heather, that's really the reason why you can't walk into your Social Security office and say, hey, what's the best time for me to take Social Security? They really can't answer that question because they don't know all the other information about you.
Got it. Yeah.
They need to have an understanding of what your portfolio looks like. They need to have an understanding of your health, your general health, and longevity. What do you think you're going to live to? That type of thing. But looking at it from a portfolio point of view. If you have a left pocket and a right pocket, let's say your left pocket is your portfolio, your right pocket is your Social Security. If you have enough money in your portfolio to float you, to allow you to let that Social Security payment go up higher and higher and higher while you're waiting to take it, that can definitely be a good thing, provided Social Security is still there and it is going to pay out, which we really have to assume it will. I mean,
well, and a lot of people think, well, they say it's going to be reduced in 2035 on their website. That means that it's going away. And it doesn't mean that it's going away. What it's saying there is it could get reduced up to 25%. So if you're getting $4,000 a month, instead of it being $4,000, it might go down to $3,000. Okay. That's pretty much what it's saying. It's not saying it's going to go from $4,000 to zero.
Okay, got it.
So don't want to scare anybody out there, but that's just how the Social Security system is saying we don't have enough funds. Our government is not managing the funds well enough for us to be able to get that enough Social Security income for everybody.
Although 4,000 to 3,000 would scare me.
Oh yeah, It's a lot of money. It's not as bad as 4,000 to zero.
To zero, that's absolutely true.
So this is something that we do in our financial planning all the time. We're looking through, what does your financial picture look like, and we look into what are your goals. How much income do you need in your retirement? What do you want to accomplish with that income? And then we put together a financial plan showing here's how we can take Social Security at the right time to maximize the income that you're able to get from it and to maximize the success of your overall financial plan.
And Heather, this is stuff that we do for folks all the time. We're sitting there and we're trying to help them determine when is the best time for them to take Social Security. We had a couple come in. He was 71, she was 66. He was already retired. He was already taking his Social Security.
Got it.
But she wasn't retired yet. She was 66. So many people think that if I want to get the most out of Social Security, I'm going to take it at 70. Well, that means I have to work till 70. And it doesn't mean that, you know. Like we said, if you have enough money in your portfolio, you can use that portfolio funds as you're letting the Social Security rise and rise and rise. In this couple, they had a son, they had a grandson, they had family that they lived kind of far away. Most of their family lived in Washington, the state of Washington and Missouri.
Yeah.
And, in retirement, they wanted a lifestyle that they could enjoy the outdoor activities that they really wanted to enjoy and also be able to live close to the family. So they were thinking of having, a couple of different residences. And, they wanted to know if they could do it,
Got it. Yeah.
So we took a look. And we said, you know what? Instead of taking your Social Security at 68, you could still retire at 68, which is what she wanted to do, and then, start taking it at 70. And by doing that, Heather, it meant a difference of $155,000 throughout their retirement years. And what's the break-even point? If you're not taking that Social Security for those couple of years, you got to make up for that. So if she simply lived to 81, every paycheck she got beyond that from Social Security, she was making more money.
With this couple, we were able to show them by designing an income plan for them, they were able to live on $15,000 more each and every year throughout their retirement years with a very strong probability of success. If you don't have an income plan designed for you, showing you where to take your income from in retirement, showing you the right time to turn on your Social Security, go to abetterwayfinancial.com and click on the Book a Time to Talk with Us button, and we're going to be able to start to have this conversation with you and develop that income plan that you're looking for.
We also have links posted in the show notes. If it's easier, you can just click there to head to our website, which is, once again, abetterwayfinancial.com.
Thanks for listening to Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida. To learn more, visit abetterwayfinancial.com. By contacting us, we'll review aspects of your retirement portfolio to include suggestions about how best to utilize estate, tax, and retirement planning strategies and other financial services, or if changing management styles is appropriate for your specific needs and objectives. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendations to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate, and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. A Better Way Financial is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any client experiences discussed during this show are unique to that client, and they are not meant to imply or suggest you will experience the same results. Advisory services offered through A Better Way Financial. Insurance offered through licensed professionals at A Better Way Financial. Pennsylvania Insurance License number 301779.